Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the second numerical on continuous part, that is second part by stiffness method for the subject structural analysis 2. So this was the statement of the numerical problem. Analyze the two-span continuous beam shown in the below figure by stiffness matrix method and draw bending moment and shear force diagram. So this is the given continuous beam A, B, C, D. Okay. Now, in the last video, already we have seen how to find out the degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the given continuous beam. So the degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the given beam is 2, and the first unknown is theta b, that is rotation at B, and second unknown is theta c, that is rotation at C. Now after that we have assigned the coordinate for the unknown. So we have mentioned theta b as d1 as our first unknown and theta c as our second unknown, that is d2. So unknown number 1 is theta b and second unknown is theta c. Okay. So after calculating degree of static indeterminacy, the next step is to calculate AD matrix, that is action corresponding to displacement in original structure. That means our first unknown is theta b. At support B, is there any external force or external load or fixed end moment at support B is acting on? Okay, fixed end moment, or we can also say is there any moment acting at support B? Okay, so if you see at support B there is no any other moment acting. Okay, in the given structure I am saying. Okay, and there is also no a point load acting exactly over support B. There is a UDL, but it is on the member AB. So here AD1 matrix is 0. So at support C, due to this overhang portion, there is a movement of 80 kilonewton meter, and that is acting in clockwise direction. So here AD2 is minus 80. Okay. So after calculating AD matrix, next step is to calculate ADL matrix. Now ADL is nothing but action corresponding to displacement in resistance structure. Now resistance structure is nothing but we have to fix the supports. Okay. Now in that we have find out the fixed end moment in member AB, fixed end moment in member BA, fixed end moment in member BC, CB. Okay. Now, so our first unknown is theta b. So at support B, there are two moment in member, fixed moment in member BA and fixed moment in member BC. Okay, the fixed moment in member BA is clockwise direction, so minus 60, and fixed moment in member BC is in anti-clockwise direction, so plus 40. So minus 60 plus 40, so the value is minus 20. Okay, and fixed moment in member, okay, at support C there is only one moment, and that is in member, fixed moment in member CB, and that is 40. Okay, as it is in clockwise direction, so minus 40. And this fixed moment in member CD, that is 80, already we have considered in AD matrix. Okay, so after calculating AD and ADL matrix, so the next that we have find out was the stiffness matrix. Okay, in that, while formulating the stiffness matrix, first you have resistance structure with theta 1 equal to 1. That means you are given unit rotation at support 1 in anti-clockwise direction. So in that we have find out S11 2.33. Okay, and then we have find out S11 2.33 and S21 0.5 EI. Okay, now after calculating S11 and S21, next step was we have find out we have given unit rotation at C. Okay, we have given unit rotation at C in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and there we have find out the stiffness matrix S12 and S22. So S11 value was 0.5 EI and S22 value was EI. Okay, so here one thing that you have to remember, that S12 first constant for suffix unknown number, and second where the unit rotation is applied. Okay, so after finding out the stiffness matrix, the next that we have found out was the unknowns, that is theta b and theta c. Now for that, the superposition equation or the equation of equilibrium forces is, okay, so that equation is AD equal to ADL plus S into D. Okay, now as there are two unknown AD1 and as there are two unknown theta b and theta c, so the value of AD will be 2, AD1 and AD2. One is for theta b and another is for theta c. Same case is for ADL also. Okay, there will be 2L and the S matrix will be of 2 by 2. Okay, so the value of AD1 is 0 that we have calculated and AD2 was minus 80. ADL1 the value is minus 20 and ADL2 value is minus 40. Okay, and the stiffness matrix is EI equal to 2.33, 0.5, 0.51. Okay, and what are our unknown? Theta b and theta c. Okay, now we will take this 20 and 40 on this side. So what we will get? So here it is minus 20. When it goes on this side, it will become plus 20 and minus 80 and plus 40. So the value is minus 40. Okay, now here we will multiply row by the column. So 2.33 into theta b. So here it is written and 0.5 into theta c. Okay, so here we have taken EI common. So the next row is 0.5 into theta b, 0.5 multiplied by theta b and 1 multiplied by theta c. Okay. Now after solving these two simultaneous equation 1 and 2, we'll get the value of theta b as, now whatever the values that we get in terms of EI. So value of theta b is 19.23 upon EI and value of theta c is minus 49.61 upon EI. Okay, so after calculating the unknowns, the next step is to find out the moment in member. Okay, now here our first member is AB. So to calculate the end moments, we have to apply the slope and deflection equation. So the slope and deflection equation for member AB, it is likewise. So MF AB, fixed moment in member member AB plus 4EI upon L. So here A, so we have to take 4EI upon L theta A, 2EI upon L theta B plus minus 6EI upon L square delta. Now here the value of theta A is 0. Why? Because there is fixed support at E and their delta value is also 0. There is no sinking of support given. Okay, now so as theta B and delta is 0, so remaining is what? Fixed moment in member AB is 60 and here you have to put the value of I. For member AB it is 2I. Okay, and value of theta B is what? 19.23 upon EI. So after solving this, we'll get the value or the value of movement in member AB as 72.82 kilonewton meter. Now we will apply the slope and deflection equation for member BA. So the the equation of slope and deflection for member BA will be MFBA, that is fixed moment in BA, plus 4EI upon L theta B plus 2EI upon L theta A plus minus 6EI upon L square delta. Okay, here also the value of theta A and theta B will be equal to 0. Okay, so fixed moment in member BA is minus 60 and we know the unknown value of theta B as 19.23 upon EI. So after solving this, we'll get the fixed moment in member BA as minus 34.36. Now next, fixed moment in member BC, this is the slope and deflection equation. Okay, now here the value of EI upon L square delta is equal to 0. So the fixed moment in member BC is 40. So here the value of theta B is 19.23. Okay, and value of theta C is minus 49.69. Now here value of I for member BC is I only, so only you have to write down EI. Okay, so after solving this expression, we'll get the moment in member BC as 34.42 kilonewton meter. Okay, now next member is CB member. So we'll apply the slope and deflection equation. So this is the slope and deflection. Now here the EI upon L square delta, this value is 0. Okay, so fixed moment in member CB is minus 40. Value of CB is minus 49.61 upon EI and theta B is 19.23 upon EI. Okay, so after solving this, the moment in member CB is minus 80 kilonewton. It should be meter, kilonewton meter. Okay, now the fixed moment in member CD, it will be what? Force multiplied by distance. So 40 into 2, it will be 80. So this force will act like this. So the fixed moment in member CB, it will be in this way. So it will be anti-clockwise direction. So it is plus. Okay. So plus 40 into 2, that is 80 kilonewton meter. Okay. So these were the fixed moment. After calculating the fixed moment, we have to calculate the. Okay. So we'll first draw the bending moment diagram. Okay. Now already we have calculated the moment in member AB, BA, BC and CB. Okay. Now the fixed moment. Okay. Sorry, the moment in member AB is 72.83. Whether it is plus or minus, you have to show above this horizontal line. This is the horizontal line. Above this, you have to show, and this diagram is not drawn to the scale. Okay, so 72.82 in member AB. Okay, now in member BA, the value is what? For BA it is minus, and for BC it is plus. So here, sorry, for yes, so the value is minus plus, but the numerical value is same, and whether it is minus or plus, you have to show above the horizontal line and add support B. Okay, so here I have shown 34.42. Now movement in member CB, it is minus 80, and movement in member CD, it is plus 80. Okay, so here I have shown it. Okay, now after showing the values, then you have to join this by a straight line. Like this straight line you have to join. Okay, then you can join by a straight line. So this is the free bending moment diagram. Here I have shown this arrow wrong. Actually this arrow is here. Okay, so this is the fixed bending moment. Now the free bending moment diagram. Here the load is UDL. So the formula is WL square by 8. Value of W is 20, L is 6. If we solve this, we'll get the value 90. So this is value of free bending moment. Now in portion AB there is a UDL. So you have to join by a second degree curve. Now in member BC there is a point load of 80 kilonewton. So the free bending moment diagram will be WL by 4. Okay. So value of W is 80, L is 4 upon, so value is what? 80. Okay, so this is the free bending moment diagram. Okay, so we are imposing the free bending moment diagram on the fixed bending moment diagram. So this is the superimposed bending moment diagram. Okay. Now after after drawing the bending moment diagram, we'll find out the end reaction. Okay. Now the end reaction or support reaction. Now support reactions are due to the two loading. One is due to the given loading and second due to the unbalanced movement. Okay, for that we'll separate the structure AB, BC and CD. Now here in portion AB there is a UDL of 20 kilonewton meter. Okay, so here the value will be WL by 2, 20 into 6 divided by 2, we will get value 60. Okay, now here the point load is at the center, half will be taken by support B, half will be taken by support C. Now here as there is cantilever, whatever the point load is there, that will be at the support. Okay. Now after calculating the reaction due to the given load, then we have find out the calculated the end moment. So moment in member AB is in a plus 72.76. As it is plus, it is in anti-clockwise direction. The moment in member BA is minus 34.4, and so it is in clockwise direction. For member BC, it is plus 34.4. Okay, and moment in member CB, it is minus 80. So you are shown in by the clockwise direction. Okay, so why it is shown in anti-clockwise and why it is shown in clockwise? Because if the moment is minus, you are shown by anti-clockwise. When the moment is plus, we are shown by anti-clockwise direction, and when the end moment is minus, we are shown by the clockwise direction. Okay, now here there are two moments are there, so we'll find out the unbalanced moment. So unbalanced moment here, this moment is in anti-clockwise direction, this moment is clockwise direction. So 72.76 minus 34.4, so we'll get the value is 38.36. Okay, now this unbalanced moment is rotating in this is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. To balance this, we have to apply the force acting in which direction? Clockwise direction, like this. Okay, so here the reaction will be what now? Downward, and here it will be upward. Is that clear? Okay, so I have shown here downward and here upward. Or if you are not getting where the unbalanced movement is there, here at support A unbalanced movement is here you show upward, and at the far end you show downward. Okay, now the reaction due to this unbalanced movement will be what? 38.36 divided by length, that is 6, that is 6.4. So here it is 6.4 kilonewton. Okay, the values will be the same. Now here the moment is what? 34.4 anti-clockwise direction, here it is in clockwise direction, the value is 80. So the higher value in this two is what? 80. So unbalanced movement will have the sign of the movement which is having the higher value. Okay, so here the unbalanced movement will be in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now 80 minus 34.4, so we'll get the value 45.6. Okay, now this unbalanced movement will rotate the structure in which direction now? Yes, clockwise direction. To balance this, we have to show the reaction in, yes, sorry, we have to show the reaction in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so the unbalanced movement is rotating structure in this way, and this reaction will rotate the structure in anti-clockwise direction, like this. So here it will be downward, and here it will be upward. That is only I have shown you. Here the reaction is downward, here the reaction is upward. So it will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So this reaction will be what? Unbalanced movement is 45.6 divided by 4, that is 11.4. Okay. Now after calculating the reaction due to the given loading and unbalanced movement, you have to find out the reaction at the support. Okay. Now reaction at E. So here, what is the value? Reaction due to loading is 60 acting upward. Here it is 6.4 acting upward. So both are acting upward positive. So the value is what? 66.4. At support B, for member BA, it's 60 acting upward, and for due to unbalanced movement, it is acting downward, and it is 6.4. So 60 minus 6.4, one is upward, another is downward. So the reaction in member reaction at support B in member BA is 53.6. Now reaction at support B for member BC, here it is upward 40, here it is downward. So 40 minus 11.4, the value is what? 28.6. One is upward, another is downward. Okay, now addition of these two, these both reactions are upward. Okay, 53.6 plus 28.6, the value is 82.4. Okay, now in member at support C, now here the 40 kilonewton acting upward and 11.4 acting upward. So what we'll get? 51.4. Okay, now here what is the reaction? 40, it is acting upward. So the total reaction at C will be what? 51.4 plus 40, it is 91.4. Okay, so here we have found out the support reaction. Now what is the reaction at E? 66.4, it is acting, how it is acting? It is acting upward. Okay, so here I have shown the values. So first you have to draw the horizontal line, then here I have shown 66.4. Now 66.4 is plus, and here the this UDL is acting downward. So 66.4 minus 20 into 6 will get the value 53.6. Okay, so what is the reaction at B? 82.2. So minus 52.6 plus 82.2, the value is 28.6. Okay, so in this portion there is no load, so you have to join by a horizontal line. So value is 28.6. Okay, now 28.6 is plus, here the load is 80. Okay, 80. So 28.6 minus 80 will get the value 51.4. Okay, now again in this portion there is no load, so we have to join by a horizontal line. So here what is the value? 51.4. So what is the reaction at C? 91.4 acting 91.4 and it is acting upward. Okay, so 51.4 minus 51.4 plus 91.4, we are getting what value? We are getting 40. Okay, so in portion CD there is no load. So what is the, and at the free end at D there is a point load of 40 kilonewton acting downward. Okay, so 40 downward, so here the value is 0. So this is the shear pole diagram. Okay, for the member ABC. Okay, thank you for watching this video.